thing I must mention here, one thing I must mention is understanding scale, scaling with time. One of the reasons why you want to leverage other people's money, okay, and leverage a good network when it comes to business is because most people don't have millions resting in your account. You just have like maybe a couple of million or maybe a couple of 600K, 800K. A lot of people don't have that just resting in the account. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do it, if you're going to do property the old way, work a job, work hours in your job, save a bit of money, keep saving up money, and hopefully you save enough capital, especially in your account. Then you take that money, go put it into a property. You understand? And then if you don't have the right information, you can tie up all your capital. You realize the big game, especially when it comes to property, is how much capital you have. How much capital do you have to deploy? A lot of people think that the only capital you have to deploy is the one in your bank account. If you only understand how to use the money in your bank account, unless you're like coming from a super, super rich family or you're like Elon Musk or something like that, you'll be limited on the kind of deals that you can do. You know what I'm saying? You only look at deals, maybe 300,000 deals. You only look at 400K deals. You only look at properties that have 500K deals. You won't look at £1 million deals. You won't look at £2 million deals. You won't be looking at a block of flats because you realize the reason why you don't look at a block of flats is because you're looking at your account. One thing that will stop you, and it stopped me. I used to think I need to save up money, and then I used to have a category of deals. So the thing about it, if you don't understand network and how to leverage your network, you will miss opportunities every day. You leave money on the table every single day. You know what I'm saying? I've made that mistake. You know what I'm saying? I hope that you don't make that mistake. You understand? A lot of people wouldn't understand um, what exactly network is. A lot of people hear, oh, network. What is network? Network. If you've got people in your network, all right, that have money, all right, even if you have more than, let's say you have about 6 people of money in your network, you can all partner together and get involved in a deal. Even if you got your own personal capital tied up, let's say you got a capital tied up in a deal, but 3 or 4 people in your circle, all right, that have capital ready to go, you can deal source with them or partner with them and get another deal. So rather than letting a deal pass because you're tied or what I'm saying, you're waiting for a refinance or you ain't got enough capital to release, you realize you'd be letting money go. You'd be letting so much money go because you don't have enough capital to take action. All right. So realize, don't get so fascinated about your bank account. Don't be so impressed about your savings, but rather become impressed about your network. Savings are good, continue to save, but have a network. You realize that when you have a network, you save a lot more money to invest. You have a lot more money to invest. All right. Start to think value. Start to think value. How much value does my network have? Don't be impressed about how much you can save. It's about how much can you invest? How much capital can you deploy? What kind of deals can you do? You understand? You'll be so shocked that you find yourself doing £1 million deals. £1 million deals, I'll say that again, because you have a good network. All right. So don't limit yourself. Don't think too small. You understand? It's not about how much you have, but it's who can you partner with, who's got capital to partner in certain deals. All right. And this is the kind of things that I'll be talking about, how to find the right partners. Some of the deals which I'll get into, I'm not going to film them now. Maybe later on down the line, I'll get into some of the refurb projects which I'm doing, some of the stuff which I've done, some of the ways, and so many things, so much content which I have locked up. I'll release it at the right time, but for now, all right, don't be limited by how much you have.